Into the Nexus is a production of amove.tv. Bookmark Amove TV for other great video games and esports podcasts. We got another message from Kaéo Milker. This was back on December 21st, and it was talking about content updates, and there was a lot to break down in this, Kyle. He mentioned that first, the 85th hero is coming in early January, and to expect an announcement soon. So soon, in fact, because he also mentioned that it will be hitting the PTR the first week of January. I am assuming they mean the first full week of January, which would push it to most likely. I think we're going to see a new hero on the PTR Monday, January 7th.
I think that sounds like a healthy bet. I'm really excited to see what it is. Last year was nothing but fan favorites and requests. I'd assume they have another one ready to go. But there is the chance that it is one of those broken heroes that they just couldn't, like a new Murky sort of thing, that they just didn't want to add HGC. And they're like, oh, you know what? Let's put it out. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't had any hints yet. Knowing our luck, it'll be announced tonight. But anything you're really hoping to see?
Ravenous fan bases are breaking down the gates for Imperius. I do feel like everyone wants a weird Hogger, and those would probably make the top of my list.
I'm 100% on board for those two. If it's either of those, I will not be disappointed. What about other franchises? Overwatch. If they were to add an Overwatch hero, I would want Reinhardt. What about you?
I think that's about as safe as you can go because there you're adding a tank, which is always in hot request. I feel like if you did anything assassin-y with Overwatch, it wouldn't just be too darn scandalous right now.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like anytime an assassin gets added to this game, there's gonna be dissenting opinions. But
sure,
in this announcement that the 85th hero is coming, Kaéo Milker did say, "quote The next few months will unfold much like we'd originally planned."
So they work about 8 months ahead of time, even a year. Content's ready to go. We won't see that slowdown, that cadence, until, I'm still saying, now with this, maybe even June is when we'll start looking around being like,
yeah.
Although things are slowed.
I would like to formally request that any official announcements from the Heroes team does not use the word cadence, because it was in Kaéo Milker's letter here and it triggered me.
Oh, he's used it 3 times. And I feel like he's counter-trolling a little bit because that came out of left field and he's like, I'm going to use their words against them.
I get that too. I love that narrative in my head. I have no hard facts to point to say, I think the Heroes team might be thumbing their noses a little bit at the Blizzard leadership subtly, but I enjoy that narrative.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could see it. Like, there was a recent article posted where he went over his office. He's got his cute little dog in there with him. You can just imagine him he collapses back into his chair, hands on his head, breathes up, and goes, PR, come read my message. And they stand over his shoulder and go, that's a little cheeky. You should probably take that eye. He's like, okay. Maybe you should say that a little nicer. Okay.
I love the idea that PR just comes in and reads over his shoulder as opposed to using email. But
yeah. I mean, what do you think they do during the Reddits, the Q&As? It's totally like 1 or 2 people dashing around from computer to computer.
I hope so. But that's not the only thing. The 85th hero isn't the only thing that he mentioned. More events and hero reworks will shortly follow the 85th hero. Events, plural, Kyle.
Yeah.
He said, quote, that hero will be followed by a string of cool events and hero reworks en route to our next hero release. So more speculation here. Do you think it's going to be holiday themed? Valentine's would be, I guess, the most likely if that's the case. Or do you think it's going to be more Nexus born, something like Nexomania?
We would be free up on February 5th, I believe, is the date. The toy event was extended a full month because it's so popular. They're not gonna take it down with the new hero release as they intended.
Well, it's highly replayable too. Kaéo Milker in this letter mentions, hey, you can complete that board game 50 times for 50 loot chests, so go nuts.
Yeah. It's a solid quest.
Yeah, a lot of loot chests to be had from that. But he also talked about the smaller team size, and he said that they're working to make heroes better for players. What we want to do beyond those releases, the 85th Hero, events, reworks, and so on, is currently under discussion across the Heroes of the Storm team. And then he also went on to say, I can't give you all the details just yet, I will also say that we're actively discussing not only the right cadence, there it is, for our patches and content, we're also reconsidering some very core areas of the game to identify more ways we can make Heroes even better for players. This is what I look at and makes me hopeful. We talked a little bit about this on the Not Paradox episode last week via one of our emails, and we've got many sentiments similar to it from players of the game who say, I'm actually a little excited about this news because I think it means that the game can lean more back into its kind of fun wackiness, its creativity, what set it apart from the existing MOBAs, and also just become more of a game for us, for the general player base, rather than having to contend with balance patches around HGC. And I'm with the folks that are moving that sentiment around the community, because this is, while there's no details here, I like that they're having a conversation, that they're looking at what this game can be now with a smaller team, which could also mean more nimble, and what comes with it. Because I certainly look at Hearthstone as something that got less nimble the larger it got.
That's interesting. And I do agree. I do think that does enter a little bit of bargaining. We are going, okay, so if HGC is gone, you can make the game for all of us, right? It's going to be better than it even was before. I think that's an easy hope. It feels like it might be a trap to fall into. I'm being very cautious about that because I don't know what that would look like. Do you buff Genji? Do you run and give Hanzo back everything he has? Granted, I named 2 Overwatch characters there, but looking at the bottom of the barrel, does Tassadar get? He's due for a rework. We've heard he's going to be made into the Templar you all hoped he would be, kind of quote unquote.
Yeah, I mean,
is he fine the way he is?
We got into that a little bit in the podcast with Not Paradox last week, and I think to a certain degree, I don't think it's an insane hope. I think that's something. Tassadar, I think, is the best example. But I want to get back to Kaeo's letter here because there's still things we haven't mentioned. He also kind of gave us a hint as to what is still being talked about, what is still coming in 2019. He said that they're finalizing the hero role overhaul that was talked about at BlizzCon this past year. So that has not been canceled. That's still coming. And if you mentioned finalized, I think it will be coming in the first quarter of 2019, if I were to hazard a guess.
Seems likely for that February update, perhaps.
Yeah. They also said they're still talking about rolling out the ranked play consolidation and the improvements that were announced at BlizzCon.
Good.
Yeah, this is one that I thought might get axed.
Yeah, particularly losing system designers, which seems to be a good majority of the team that was lost. This is Kaeo saying, all those words that flew at the screen and HGC was one of them? A lot of those words still exist. And it was very healthy for him to reassure us of this.
Yeah. They're also talking about bringing back the ability to directly purchase individual skins with gems. And along that same line, adding the ability to get more content like skins and mounts with gold. Which is great. If gems have to stay, this is great. If you want me to throw a party, hey, Heroes team, you listening? I'll dedicate a whole episode to just celebrating if you murder gems dead.
It's true. This is a great thing for all fans. It's a great thing for those who want those individual packages, and there's a lot of them. It's a great way for them to make money. But I feel like the biggest point he's made here is that they're going to expand gold, which is the biggest fear going into the new year after many people feel tricked by the boost. They bought a boost with gems. They're sitting on extra gems, no less, because it's hard to get the exact number unless it was right during that sale we talked about shows ago. If they add more skins and mounts from gold, boosts have a function again. Right now, we played our team games. We got Josh. We got sassed by our fine patrons for not rolling boosts. We were the only 2 guys not with boosts on the team, and that's ridiculous. But the reason we don't need boosts is because we own every darn hero, because we play this game so much that we have enough gold to purchase heroes when they come out. I don't need a boost. It would do nothing but make my screen look nicer and gold.
That and the year-long one is no longer on sale, and I thought even the sale price was a little steep.
Yeah, there we go. But really, I just don't need it.
Yes.
It's the same reason I play free-to-play Hearthstone. Why I'm doing that with Magic Arena right now. I extend the game life by not buying things. And that's what I found out through all this crazy EA loot box, unlock the heroes, but you can pay to do it now. Yeah, you get to play once a week and you want to be Darth Vader tonight. Cool. I don't care. But I want to play this game so much that I become Darth Vader.
I'm with you. I just want to get rid of the space money. Space
Fair
points
enough.
can go away. We already talked about the toy event being extended, so that's more or less Kaeo's letter, and the updates that will be coming to Heroes in the near future. In a nutshell, so there's still a lot to come. As I expected, I don't expect to see this game to slow down until maybe around summer at the earliest.
Right.
And even then, and again, back to bargaining. Is it going to be bad if this game slows down? I haven't really had a second or a chance to talk about this. I feel like this has come up between you and I a lot off air, but we've mentioned before HGC being canceled was revealed, before we knew that developers were being pulled off of the team, we more than once on this show have gotten to the conversation of does Heroes update too often? And I still think that's a question. It might actually be a good thing if the development of this game slows down from a player's perspective, from a retention perspective.
I think the last 7 months have been really solid, and I've loved the. I'm just going to skip the word. The pace. I love the pace of things over the last half year.
What were the tempo?
Something along those lines.
The regularity at a certain speed. What was the word you were avoiding there?
I know when I joined you in that sentiment, it was when we were doing map rotations every patch, and it just felt weird and made up and bizarre.
Yes.
And that's when we all begged for it to slow down. And this once again returns us to the darn fact that we did everything to ourselves. Oh, matchmaking slow. Well, and they're sitting there with their graphs being like, you asked for this. We're going to slow down hero releases. Oh, heroes are coming to, we've asked for, regardless of business decisions, we've asked for most of these changes to happen, and we live in a world of our own creation.
Yeah, and that's just what I'm putting out in the universe. I don't know if it's going to be right or not, and it's going to slow down. It's going to come, and if it's not as good, it's not sounding like there's a damn thing that can be done about it. Like we're being forced into a slower cadence. But my thought is maybe it won't be that bad.